This road of mine, this road that I go home, so am I wrong? Thinking that we could be something for real. Now am I
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be. We are back and better than ever. Am I wrong? Are you wrong? I don't think so. You are all right because you, my friends, are just about to take your IB exam. So let's get to it, shall we? This is the solution for IB exam jam number 6. All right, so let f of x equal log base 3 of x over 2 plus log base 3 of 16 minus log base 3 of 4 for x greater than 0. And we have to show for part A that f of x is equal to log base 2 of x. Here, let me cover that up so we have room to breathe here. There we go. Okay. And all we have to do is use our laws of logarithms right here. D1 when we add logs with the same base and when we subtract. And part A is easy, easy peasy. So part A here is going to be, I can, with this plus, I can, this is log base 3 of A plus log base 3 of B. So I can rewrite this as f of x equals log, and it says show, so we need to show our steps here. Log base 3 of x over 2 times 16 minus log base 3 of 4. And you could actually do this all in one big step, but it's probably not wise to do so. So this would be 16x over 2 is log base 3 of 8x. How about them apples? Minus log base 3 of 4. Okay. And so from this is a result of this law of logarithms. Now we're going to use subtraction, and we're going to say this is equal to log base 3 of 8x over 4, which is equal to log base 3 of 2x in yo face as required. That was easy peasy. Find the value of f of 0.5 and f of 4.5. So B, let's see, f of 0.5 would be log base 3 of 2 times 0.5, which is log base 3 of 1, which has to be 0 because 3 to the 0 equals 1. This is exponents and logarithms. How about that? F of 4.5 would be log base 3. Can we see that 2 times 4.5, that looks 4.g, that's 4.5, would be log base 3 of 9, which is equal to 2, because 3 squared equals 9. If you don't see that, maybe you can see log base 3 of 3 squared, and if you have the same base as what you're taking the log of, it's equal to the exponent. So done with that. Okay. The function can also be written in the form of f of x equals the natural log of ax, natural log of b. Now, remember, f of x is equal to log base 3 of 2x. And this, hopefully you'll remember, oh, change of base. I can rewrite a logarithm using change of base anytime I want, and I can choose what the base is. In this case, natural log is base e, so that's what I'm choosing. So I can rewrite this as natural log of 2x over natural log of 3. The 2x comes from right here, the a, and then the b, the base becomes what we're taking the log of right here. So therefore, a is equal to 2, not 2x. A is the coefficient of x, and b is equal to 3. Hence, on graph paper, sketch the graph for -5 to 5, -5 to 5. Okay. Using a scale of 1 centimeter to 1 unit. So that's if they give you graph paper. I haven't seen them give you graph paper in a long time. But this is a paper 2. So we're going to do Let's see, control, I love the fraction. So this was natural log of 2x over natural log of 3. Bam. Okay. Now, they gave us very specific domain and range. So I'm going to change it to exactly that so I can copy it. Let's see, window settings, -5 to 5. I'm going to do a scale of 1, -5 to 5, and I'm going to do a scale of 1, and I'm going to click OK. And that is exactly what I'm going to make my graph look like. Okay, I'm not going to go back and sketch it because it would you just need to make it look exactly like that. You need to make sure that you're getting close to the y-axis but not going over it because the y-axis is an asymptote, and that you're crossing the x-axis between 0 and 1. And actually, you know exactly where you're crossing it because you know that f of 0.5 is equal to 0. Yes, very nice. And f of 4.5 is equal to 2. Let's take a look at that on the graph. 4.5, about right there. Does it seem like it's 2? It sure does. It sure does. Okay. Okay. So yeah, and f of 0.5 is 0 right there. Bam. Okay. Next question. Write down the equation of the asymptote. Now this must be an equation. What is the asymptote? Well, the graph is slowly increasing this way, so the only asymptote we have is this vertical asymptote, which is the y-axis. If you write down 0, you're going to get it wrong. If you write down y-axis, you're going to get it wrong. They say equation, you must write it as an equation, x equals 0. Okay? Write down the value for the inverse of 0. Now this is interesting. We know that f of 0.5 equals 0 from what we did where? Right here. So that means I have the ordered pair for the function 0.5. When x is 0.5, f of x is 0. Yes? So that means, so this is for f. So if I transform this to the inverse, then I get 0, 0.5. That's why they said write it down. Write it down. Woo, doctor. Okay, write down. You should be able to use something or at least see it. So that would just be 0 equals 0.5. No big whoop. The point A lies on the graph of f at A, x equals 4.5. On your diagram, sketch the graph of the inverse of f, noting clearly the image of point A. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to bring that sketch in there now. So I'm gonna make some room here. Let me get rid of this stuff. Bam. Okay, and let's go back here, and I'll make this a little smaller. Let's go to like 100%. Okay. And let's get that out of the way. And where are we? Okay. All right, so I'm going to do this, copy it. Sorry for the delay. And I'm going to go over here and kapow. All right, so there she blows. Okay, so they tell me that at A, x equals 4.5. So x equals 4.5, that's right here. So that's right here. Okay, I know that this is my point A. Okay. The other thing I know is that the graph of an inverse is a reflection in the line y equals x, or f of x equals x. So I'm going to put in a dashed line there, and you could just sketch it, but I'm going to put in a dashed line. That's y equals x. Okay. So there's two ways you can think about it. Well, the way that you should do it is if x equals 4.5 here, I'm sorry, 4.5, we know that f of 4.5 is equal to 2. So this is the ordered pair, 4.5, comma 2. Well, that means the inverse has the ordered pair 2, 4.5. So you should do that first. 1, 2, 4.5, about right there. There is A prime, right there. Okay, and then you just need to make sure that if if the x-axis is an asymptote, then the inverse is going to have, I'm sorry, the y-axis is an asymptote, then the x-axis is going to be an asymptote for the graph of the inverse. Also, we cross the graph at 0.5 on the x-axis, so on the inverse, we're going to cross it at the y-axis. Also, it's just simply a mirror image. So you're just going to come down like, about like this. And you just want to be very close like that. And there she blows. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's see what's going on with our music. We got to go out with a bang here. Very nice. You know I'm hip. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. I am out!